Welcome to the Stone and Wood post show. It is the first of many for what will be a long and drenched Aussie leg. But we are here in beautiful Newcastle for the Bioglan Newcastle SURFEST presented by Bonsoy. Big opening day on hold for just waiting for the conditions to sort themselves out, and then we had some really do or die heats. Obviously big goals for everyone here at Newcastle this year. Those at the back end of the rankings, they want to try and get into the top 20, shore up a CS spot for next year. And then we're going to see, I think as we move into the next round, the favourites for the event. And we're going to sort it all out and find the graduating class for the championship tour this year. It's going to be super exciting. Ronnie Blakey, Felicity Parmentier, Vaughan Blakey. Vaughan, great to be back in Newcastle, 40 years of SURFEST.
Oh, how good is this? And, what an interesting way to kick off the surf season with the last event of this season for the Challenger Series. It's just so exciting that we're going to be figuring out who our graduating class are from this Challenger Series. And we're going to be heading down to Bells with a whole new class. But, 40 years in Newcastle, 40 years of SURFEST. This event is one of the all-time greats, and it's great to be back.
Limited spots left for the women to fight for on their quest to qualify for the championship tour. But on the men's side, quite an open race still, Flick. And we're going to dive into some of those first 8 heat highlights. Let's start with heat number 6. Pretty impressive, Reef Heazlewood. He's been at it for a while and he showed just his veteran composure out there today.
Oh, so composed. And I mean, you spoke to it, Ronnie, the conditions just cleaned up throughout the day. You can see it here so clearly. Everything sort of sorted itself out, and there really were some clean faces to be found. But for me, he locked in the 7-8-3. I think this might be him just setting it up here. Loads up for this inside section, absolutely punts to the air. And, he's known for that. He's so well versed in the air. So beautiful to watch here. And like you said, Ron, veteran approach.
He's a gymnast form. Give him a ribbon and watch him just complete those pirouettes. Well above the lip, well above obviously the landing zone. It was a super intense heat. Had a couple of young guns in that one as well, but Rafael Teixeira, the Brazilian veteran, hanging on for second spot, despite Joe Azucci fighting hard to try and get himself up into that top 2.
Yeah, it was a very tight heat. Super scary. You come here and it's lumpy, it's stormy. You've got to try and find your rhythm right off the word go, or it's pack your bags. That's the end of the Challenger Series. And, Joe threw everything at it. Just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, impressive. There's still a strong field of Japanese competitors in the mix. Who'll be starting their campaigns in that second round. Reef Heazlewood, extremely happy camper. Chatting to Geordie Lawler after the heat. A lot to smile about. Just a really solid heat score total. 14.07. The best of the day.
Yeah, barrier reef Heazlewood. He had him on full display after that one for good reason. Big smiles. And he's absolutely stoked. Look at that total. Huge.
All right, well, we just saw the completion of the last heat of the day. We've still got a lot of highlights to get to. Still plenty to break down in the first Stone and Wood post show of the Aussie leg. But right now we're going to hear from Kaipo. He's found the winner of the last heat of the day.
Yeah, thanks, Ron. Hayden, first challenger, first heat, 14.23. I think you're off to a pretty good start there, young man.
Yeah, it was pretty cool getting into this event last minute because I ended up making the challenger for next season. So just getting a warm-up was great, and then to make a heat was sick too.
Well, with a heat total like that, one of the higher of the day, that's got to give you confidence.
Yeah, it's coming into the challenger, I don't know, I was like wondering how I was going to get scored, so just to put up a couple scores is good for the confidence.
You are yet another arrow in the quiver of San Clemente surfing. There's so much talent coming out there. It's a little after 9 over there at home. You got any words for the crew at home cheering you on?
Yeah, just shout out to anyone supporting me back at home from San Clemente. Stoked.
San Clemente, Ron. They're still pumping out talent generation after generation.
Aren't they what? What a performance from the young man, and just seemed pretty cool and collected as he just took the victory in the last heat of the day.
These grommets, just paddle out in your first ever Challenger Series and just start throwing lofty punts and throwaways to the flats and riding out with big smile on your face. it says a lot about this next generation, just how comfortable they are taking on big names and experienced heads. But he looked right at home at this level.
He sure did, and that heat score total surpassing what was served up not only by Reef Heazlewood, but the other great performer today was Caleb Tancred. We're going to have a look at the highlights of that heat now. It was heat number 2. Great to see Caleb making a return to competition and doing it in absolutely fine form. And Lennix Smith, he started the heat with this combo.
Oh, I mean, this was an absolutely epic heat to watch. I mean, both of these guys, Caleb and Lennix, obviously we spoke about it. They'd been at the ABB just yesterday and then come down to Newcastle and back it up with performances like this. I mean, these guys have hardly slept, you know. They've flown down, they've either drove overnight, and you just continued with that momentum, right? I mean, they probably ran up Burley Hill about 400 times yesterday, and then, you know, this is no easy feat into conditions like today. A lot of the guys I was speaking to in their post-heat interviews were just saying there is a lot of water moving out there. It is really hard work. So, yeah, Caleb just looking so solid, so strong, and, yeah, I'm really liking his return back to competition.
He had no rhythm out there, Vaughan. He was like you on guitar in the first half of the heat, but he just kept going and he kept fighting to find it. And when he tapped into it, man, he laid down some big turns.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, his whole comeback was kind of sparked with just a couple of Instagram clips of just big turns. I'll never forget, there was one from Boomerang Beach where he just let rip, and I was like, whoa, he is so back. But what he's done is actually get to a point now where his board just looks so sharp. You know, his whole game, it's not just the big hanger anymore. It's like linking it together and putting together these wonderful heat totals as well. And he just looks so ready to take on the Challenger Series next year, doesn't he?
Yeah, physically he looks ready, doesn't he? He has the shoulders on him.
Big unit.
Yeah.
Huge.
Training the house down, and yeah, the ideal opening heat for him. His first Challenger Series event, and there's a number of surfers getting that opportunity, but him by the way of a wild card through Revere Projects. He's not wasting it.
No way, mate. And yeah, he is a big unit. He could bench press your last golf score. Really.
Well, that is a big lift. All right, well, let's have a look at the Boost Mobile heat of the day. It was an absolutely beauty. Heat number 1, and another one of those competitors that had the bolt down the coast. After a strong performance up there at Burleigh Heads at the Australian Board Riders Battle was this guy, Dakota Walters, almost getting the job done for Byron yesterday, turned up today, got the job done for himself.
This impressed me, right? I mean, we were waiting around all morning. We had a couple of holds. There was storm at sea. It was rainy. And then these guys, I mean, they just went out there and made it look actually, like, really fun. I mean, Dakota managed to find a couple of waves, really clean face, threw the punt in there. He's giving us a bit of variation. But yeah, I just thought, you know, it was almost looking like, is this thing really going to run or not? And as soon as they got out there, like, oh, no, there's waves. They made it look so good.
Yeah, and the big story of this heat was the buzzer beater moment here for the Tahitian, Mihamana Bray. He got the jump on Dom Thomas, the local Grom, who actually started the heat with a 7. So it was a big turnaround.
Great result there for Minimaha as well. And yeah, he's done such a good job to get through this heat. We've seen him, you know, at the highest level, and he's done some wonderful things. So to get into the grind here early in this Challenger Series event is a great sign.
Yeah, just last year, semi-finaled in Tahiti. On his road to that semi too, he knocked off Yago Dora, who ultimately went on to win the world title. So a massive result there for the Tahitian. We know this is a special year. Flick, 40 years of SURFEST. We all grew up watching this comp, and now we've been lucky enough to work on it the last few years. You even surfed in it back in the day.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Hey, but it is magic, and it's going to be even more special this year because we're uncovering some new talent that's going to join the CT ranks.
Oh, it's cool. I mean, I think back to all the past winners. I said it this morning in the Dawn Patrol, who've etched their name in that trophy and what they've gone on to do in the sport. Especially, you know, I think about the women who have had multiple titles out here. You know, you think Pam Burridge, I think Beck Woods and Sally Fitzgibbons, you know, and she's still here competing today. It's pretty inspiring. I mean, Vaughan, you know, he had the Stone and Wood Real Talk, and you're like, okay, you know, the most iconic Novocastrian you can think of. Oh. Is it Emma? Is it Arkell? There's so many to choose from. You know, there's so much history here.
Chad Edser, Simon Robinson, Beck Woods. Like, there's so many great surfers from this region, and you just throw a dartboard at any of the people in that Merriweather Surf Club or any of the other beaches, and you're going to hit a legend pretty much.
Yeah. Well, let's give that a go this afternoon up at the Beaches Hotel. Yeah. But it has been an incredible run. The honour roll for this contest is amazing. Warren Smith and his team always put on a fantastic contest, and we've got some highlights of 40 years of SURFEST to share with you now.
Newcastle, where the city meets the surf. And for 4 decades, this hasn't just been a coastline, it's been an arena. It started as a vision championed by local hero Mark Richards.
I've waited for years to see a contest in Newcastle. I've always wanted to see one here.
And 1985 saw the inaugural Newcastle SURFEST, transforming the Steel City into a world-class surfing destination.
Rows of tents, towers and TV scaffolding certainly have Newcastle Beach looking the part as host to the world's richest surfing tournament.
All the top guys are in there.
First heat I felt terrible, I felt a bit better then. I've got full support from the crowd.
It's easily one of the greatest contests I've ever been in.
It was the beginning of an era that would continue for the next 40 years.
Mr. Tom Carroll.
Damien Hart.
I felt like I was cruising the whole final.
I knew I had to get one good one. I just waited and it came to me, got it in through the shore. I was stoked.
And then I felt myself just getting sucked down, and then I was in the washing machine.
I was started to win and I was like, and it all just paid off.
Just to see my name up on the board, I'm pretty stoked that I've got that there, and I can claim that for the rest of my life.
To win it here, it's like family, friends, it's really amazing.
SURFEST played a huge role for me, Ryan, Jackson, and all the Novi Castrians.
SURFEST has pretty much been my life, my childhood, growing up. It's everything I've known, and it's been a pleasure to watch it grow and to be a part of it as well.
I feel like I'm running away just having this support and this love down here, so it's pretty awesome.
SURFEST is more than a competition. It's showcasing the incredible beaches and the amazing lifestyle we have in Newcastle.
This town's insane, you know, like great food, great waves, really, really nice people.
And for me, it's the highlight of the year, and it's just a wonderful event to get down and see and actually support.
SURFEST will definitely continue to grow, but the reason we're still here is because of the support we receive from the City of Newcastle, our sponsors, the Newcastle community and the World Surf League.
It's just like a very special stretch of sand, and it's an honour to surf here.
How good is that? We're going to be just writing a little bit more history into the pages of the SURFEST book, and look, here it is. The book is there, 40 years of SURFEST. It's a beauty. But it is going to be awesome to see what unfolds this week, expecting conditions to sort of maintain. There'll definitely be some waves around, so it's going to be fun to watch. But let's get a closer look at what is coming our way through the event window. We'll have a look at the Surfline forecast. Flick, you're always paying more attention to me than what goes on Surfline. I'm more of a rock up the beach and see what's doing kind of guy.
I can wake up and check it.com. No, if you look here right now, I mean, obviously you can see these big red blobs, right? And I think, you know, today we saw that in full force. This morning we woke up and there was no shortage of swell. Take a look for the next 4 days, and still really the same story. This whole event, we're going to see, you know, 4 to 5 foot, maybe a little bit bigger throughout the back end of the week. The good news is, I mean, I look at Wednesday and Thursday there. It's going to be nice and offshore in the morning, and, you know, 4 to 6 foot, 5 to 7 foot. So we've got some really good surf coming up, and plenty of opportunity, I'd say.
Yeah, I think, too, from what I saw today, Vaughan, there was just a lot of just watching the conditions, trying to identify where the best part of the bank was for the competitors in that seeded round. And there is so much talent in those ranks, and a lot of people who are trying to get back to the CT after getting cut last year. So
it was definitely tricky. It was tricky out there today, but you know, one thing that we're frothing about is with that much swell, there's plenty of opportunity. So no one's going to be sitting out there. Oh, well, sorry, no one except for Tali Wally. Sorry, mate. It was a tricky one. He just couldn't identify the spot. You'll see that occasionally, but basically the forecast is saying everyone's going to get a shot at this.
Beautiful. Well, a lot of people did find those opportunities, those ramps out there today. It's time for us to dive into the Bioglan Daily Dose, their top 5 moments from what was a short but intense day of competition. Starting at number 5, this is Lennix Smith with a 7.17.
Yeah, this is beautiful to see. I mean, he had just had one crazy weekend. ABB, we've mentioned it all day today, and then straight down here to Newcastle and just dropping an absolute hammer like this in heat number 2. Still a bit unruly there, and he had the pick of it, really. Just beautiful textbook surfing. Nice variation there. Was able to release the fins, and he was looking good.
Caleb Tancred, Vaughan, just back in a big way.
The big unit starts throwing his weight around here after a big weekend of surfing. He ran about 200 Ks up there at Burleigh Heads, and he's just come straight down and gone to work yet again. Solid performance from Caleb Tancred.
Yeah, Alistair Reginato, he's been in some kind of form lately, getting himself a victory down at Phillip Island recently and also performing extremely well up at Burleigh Heads over the weekend. He just clubbed those heavy sections out there on the back end.
Oh, he only had a couple of hours sleep last night, he said. So to perform like that, I mean, he's really, really doing well. And I'm looking forward to seeing him for the rest of the event.
And then we had Makana Fransman. This is his first Challenger Series, Vaughan. He took off on his very first wave and threw this at us.
Yeah, what a surfer, and what an experience for him to be here at Newcastle again. And a massive frontside full rudder to the flats. It got the crowd on its feet. And what a great way to kick off this Bioglan SURFEST presented by Bonsoy with a move like that, day one.
He didn't even crock the number one spot. That belonged to Reef Heazlewood, who had a fantastic heat, dropping a couple of excellent scores, but had a big rotation of his own.
Oh, you just can't ignore it. I mean, highest single wave total of the day, the 783 here, but just beautiful and lofty, and the full rotation, just beautiful, smooth landing too. Yeah.
He's just so consistent at sticking those big lofty airs, Reef, and you kind of always get the feeling that his chances, you know, even though he's great on the rail as well, but his chances are always increased by a bit of onshore wind.
You know, a few years ago, he looked CT ready. He got that wild card at Narrabeen. He did a couple of moves in that comp that were just incredible. He's had ups and downs since then, but, you know, I'm so glad he's back on that Challenger Series. Can't wait to see him attack it next year. But, you know, even better we get to see him do it in this comp.
Absolutely. City of Newcastle has so much for us, even in addition to the surfing. What are you up to this afternoon, Flick?
Oh, maybe the beach hotel, Ronnie. Bit of trivia. Is that today?
We've got a bit of work to get through here on set before we get up there. But it's been an awesome start to the event. Big days coming our way, a lot on the line as these young surfers get ready to take on the biggest heats of their lives, Vaughan.
Yeah, so much pressure. I mean, the screws are going to turn with every single heat that gets surfed. You know, for the crew trying to, you know, like pressure starting to build. For the young guys, nothing to lose. So we're going to see the very best of what this Challenger Series has to offer in the next few days.
Bring it on. Next call will be 7:30 a.m. local time. We'll see you then. Until then, get into worldsurfleague.com. Have a look at some of the incredible heats coming your way on day 2 of competition. It's going to be a big one. See you then.